Hello everyone, this is the Insomniac GM, and today I'm going to make a Savage Worlds character. Now, this character is going to be a paranormal investigator. I figure they're going to be breaking into property and, like, houses that are abandoned and whatnot to find spirits now. So, just because I like horror. So, to start off, we have 5 points to put into our attributes. Now, your attributes in the game are what dice you're going to roll to make a check. If you roll 4 or higher, that's a success. If you roll max number on the die, you end up getting exploding dice and you keep rolling them until you stop exploding them. So, we are going to put in our 5 points, and I chose 2 point or 1 point in each stat except strength and one extra one in smarts. I figure this character should be too smart for his own good, but I don't think he should rely on strength. I think I should go a lot more into the horror element where he's more vulnerable and terrified. So that's where I went with this. So now, after that, we are going to choose our skills. Now, our skills we have, I chose climbing, driving, gambling, intimidation, investigation, lockpick, and stealth. Now, when it comes to this, you only get 15 points to distribute on these. Now, in the case of, I believe it was lockpicking and stealth, those use agility, if I remember correctly. So if I'm choosing a stat that is higher, or a skill that is higher than your stat itself, it's going to cost 2 points instead of one. So in that case, I went with two skills at two each. So that's where I got with this. I went with these skills to make sure that the character, once again, not all about fighting, a lot more of jump in and jump out, get on the run, leave, if he has to climb fences or if he needs to drive off, intimidating and investigation to get information on where things are, where there's paranormal and that. Lockpick and stealth for breaking in, sneaking around in that. And then gambling, I just kind of figure with how this guy is already, if he's already on the streets like this, he kind of needs some kind of way to get income while he's traveling around. So I figure he probably does do some gambling. Now, I kept it low, and that's because I don't think he's the best gambler ever. I think he makes just enough to help him eat, but now we have our charisma, parry, pace, and toughness scores. Charisma, we didn't get any like edges or hindrances that would change that. Pace, same thing. So we just get the standard 6. And then as for parry, it's 2 plus our half, 2 plus half our fighting score. Once again, we didn't choose fighting, so it goes to just 2. Now, our toughness is 2 plus half your vigor. Our vigor is 6, so 3 plus 2, that's 5. This character, again, not made for combat. So, now we go to our skills, or hindrances and edges. Our hindrances and edges are what is going to make our character who they are. So we're choosing boons, we're choosing negatives, and whatnot. So for what I chose for him, I chose angst, which, let me just go back into this and see if I can read what angst does again. It's like we're all about being on our own and all that kind of stuff. Might be in the other book. Whatever. I'm not worried. Bad eyes, I figure he has glasses. I figure kind of like the Velma stereotype where his glasses fall off and oh no, where's my glasses? I can't see. So I figured I'd go with that for him. As for delusion, I went with minor. So it's not too bad, but I think that's what causes him to do his investigations. Is I feel he finds there's more going on than there really is. So it causes moments where, you know, a house is abandoned and closed off. So he thinks there's more going on than actually is. So I gave him that. Let me check real quickly. I just want to make sure, because I'd like to tell you guys what the hindrance I went with. Okay, it is another. So, Inks, dark brooding heroes and heroines suffer from depression, loneliness, and constant fatalism. It's harder for them to see the light at the end of the tunnel, and so suffer -2 to smart rolls made to recover sanity. So, our character's suffering from some harsh emotions and whatnot. They're kind of a lone wolf. They're not about companionship. I think these delusions are what's causing it. Now for our edges, what we did choose is alertness and brave. Alertness, I figure, because the character is paranoid in some way. I don't want to choose a paranoid hindrance, one, because I didn't look at that, and two, I don't know if that really suits him, because I feel they're minor, but I feel like he's always on alert, waiting to see where his next, like, stop is going to be, where he needs to go next. As for brave, I feel with how his life has been, he has seen some things. He has experienced, like, I picture he's probably been in a few abandoned asylums and whatnot. So it's like it doesn't really phase him anymore. And maybe these delusions and all that are caused by his sanity wavering, and that's probably why his angst. He has bad anxiety, or not anxiety, bad sanity. So, as the game would go on, this character, he would put himself in danger for investigating and whatnot, but at the same time, too, I think he. I think he's going to be smart, but I think at the cost of his own sanity, he doesn't know his limits and how fragile his mind is. But as for the rest of the character sheet, we have $500 in equipment. I didn't really want to go too deep into that because I just figure it's just going to be some like investigation equipment for the paranormal, like, you know, something for tracking the heat or whatnot. Nothing I can see being too useful in this. Especially, I don't think he's going to be like ghost hunters or anything. I think he's going to be like bare minimum equipment because of how tight he is and whatnot. So, but I figure the 500 can go towards that. 500 can go towards food and staying somewhere, you know, filling up his gas tank, whatever. But, and gambling. And that is our character for Savage Worlds. Now, I haven't gotten to run Savage Worlds yet. I'm looking forward to one day doing so. And I'd love to hear any stories of when you've played, what settings you've played in, anything like that. I'd love even stories of your favorite session or least favorite session. For me, one of my settings I'd love to learn more about is Necessary Evils, where all the superheroes are dead and villains have to now save the world. I also like what is it called? Weird War or something like that. I know it's right in here. Yeah, Weird Wars, where it's like World War One or World War Two, where you're going up against the paranormal and all that. But that is my Savage Worlds video, and I hope you enjoy. Take care. See you next time.